Wing arrived at Yellowstone just as the sun climbed over the hills, turning the sky pink and gold like it had been painted for her. She tugged down the brim of her wide-brim hiking hat, the official signal that exploring was about to begin. Her backpack bounced slightly as she walked, filled with water, snacks, and one granola bar she was saving for emergencies. Steam rose from the ground in soft, swirly clouds, and Wing stopped in her tracks, staring. It looked like the earth was breathing, or sighing, or maybe whispering secrets. She listened closely. Birds chirped loudly, like they were late for something important. Somewhere nearby, water bubbled and hissed, sounding like a giant pot just about to boil over. The air smelled like pine trees, wet dirt, and something strange that Wing decided must be adventure mixed with science. Her legs felt jumpy, like they were ready to run even though she promised herself she would walk. Yellowstone didn't feel quiet or calm. It felt alive, like it had been waiting all morning just for her. Wing smiled, took a deep breath, and stepped onto the trail, officially entering wonder mode. As Wing hiked farther in, Yellowstone kept changing its mind about what it wanted to be. Wide-open valleys stretched out so far she felt like a tiny dot. Then suddenly the trail curved into forests where tall trees leaned close, as if sharing jokes above her head. Steam drifted across the path, making everything look mysterious, like she'd walked into a storybook. Wing stepped carefully, watching where she put her boots, feeling proud every time she balanced over a root or rock. She stopped when she spotted a pool of water so bright blue it didn't seem real. It looked like the sky had fallen into the ground. Wing leaned forward, then remembered the signs and leaned back again. Some things were better admired from a distance. She crouched to examine tiny plants pushing through cracks in the earth and rocks that sparkled when the sun hit them just right. Every few steps, something new demanded her attention. Her legs grew warm and strong as she walked, and Wing realized this kind of tired felt good. It felt earned, like her body was saying, "Yes, let's keep going." Wing slowed to a stop when the ground ahead seemed to move. A bison stepped into view, huge and fuzzy, looking like a walking hill that had somehow grown legs. It chewed slowly, completely relaxed, as if it had nowhere else to be for the next 100 years. Wing's eyes widened. Her brain suggested waving hello, taking a picture, and possibly asking its name. She ignored all of those ideas and stayed very still. Nearby, another bison rolled onto its back and wiggled in the dirt, sending dust flying everywhere. It looked less like a mighty legend and more like a giant, fuzzy dog scratching an itch. Wing pressed her lips together to stop from laughing out loud. The bison didn't care. They moved when they wanted, rested when they wanted, and trusted the land beneath their hooves. Wing copied them, slowing her breathing, feeling calm and strong all at once. When the bison finally wandered off, she stepped forward again, walking steadily, learning that strength didn't have to rush or roar. At a fork in the trail, Wing met a park ranger standing beside a wooden sign. He had a friendly smile and a hat that was impressive, though Wing silently decided hers was still better. The ranger knelt down and greeted her like she was a fellow explorer, not just a visitor. He told her about Yellowstone ice geysers that could shoot water higher than buildings and animals that remembered paths older than roads. Wing listened with wide eyes as he pointed out animal tracks pressed into the dirt, and explained how staying on the trail helped protect tiny plants and creatures living just beneath their boots. Wing imagined invisible insects and roots cheering every time someone followed the rules. The ranger laughed and said hikers like her helped keep the park wild and safe. That made Wing stand a little taller. She thanked him, promised to keep exploring carefully, and felt like she'd just been trusted with something important. As the sun drifted lower in the sky, Wing's legs felt tired in the very best way, like they had climbed, balanced, paused, and learned something new. She turned for one last look at the wide plains, where steam still curled upward and bison moved slowly across the land like living clouds. Yellowstone hadn't rushed her, and she hadn't rushed it either. They had explored together step by step. Wing adjusted her wide-brim hat and headed down the trail, boots dusty, heart full, and muscles humming with energy. She knew she would remember the smells, the sounds, the quiet moments, and the funny ones too. Yellowstone had taught her how to walk patiently, notice carefully, and move with purpose. With a smile stretching as wide as the sky above her, Wing walked on, already wondering which trail she would explore next.